हरे श्रीनिवास प्रसन्न वरदं ध्यायेत् प्रसन्न गुणपूरणं प्रसन्न वेंकटं वंदे गुरुभावं पदाश्रये. Today we are at the last suladhi, which is starting like Sujana Ravana Manayal Undu De Danidare. So this is the glorification of the devotees of Sri Hari. If a devotee of Sri Hari is around you, then that itself becomes like a kshetra. The importance of Satsangha is stressed upon by Dasru here, and we can understand it from his own lifetime. What was the effect of the Satsanga on him? Like he was drawn towards Tirumala because of the group of devotional singers who appeared in front of his house. As soon as he heard the Kirtana, he went outside at the call of that, his yearning of the heart was there already. But to enhance that feeling of the need to surrender to Paramatma and to be taken towards him, he needed the presence of the great devotees of Sri Hari. They came around on the road around the house where he lived, and then he rushed out and he started singing with them, and he traveled with them to Tirupati. And that made a biggest impact on him because the way they sang, it brought out the devotion inside him. So whatever is inside us, that bhakti and the devotion has to come out through the satsanga. When the satsanga is there, our mind is tuned towards God. So it is very important to have satsanga. So he is giving us here what are the benefit, what are the importance that we can accrue to satsanga. The first thing is when you feed a person who, when you invite a person to your house who is a Bhagavatotama, then what happens when he eats in your house? He says, see, that person who is Bhagavatotama, he is a person who knows Paramatma in the sense that he knows the glory of Paramatma. And so he becomes extremely, very much of a treasure for the normal sadhakas. So now he is talking about in the first charana about that. Sujana Ravana Manayal Undu Danidare Ajana Janaka Neve Truputanadanu Gada. Ajana Janaka Truputanadade Tadiyade Trijagat Jeevar Undantayitu Nodiro. Sujanarindu ಸುಜನರ ಇಂದು ಊರು ವಿಷಯದ ನಿವೃತ್ತಿ ಸುಜನ ಸಂಗವೇ ಭವಾಂಬುದಿಗೆ ಪ್ಲವ ಪ್ರಸನ್ನ ವೆಂಕಟ ಕೃಷ್ಣನೇ ಕರ್ಣಧಾರ ಸಜನರ ಅವನ ಮನೆ ಯಾರ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ ವಿಚ್ ಎವರ್ ಹೌಸ್ ದಟ್ sujana or the one who knows Paramatma. Sujana means that person who has utilized his life in a manner that is perfect, at least to the level of perfection that is required. That is, he has utilized his life in the proper way. Jagannath Dasru's words can be remembered here. He says that Falavidu Baldu Dake Siri Nilayana Gunagala Tilidu Bajisuvide. So a person who is already engaged in the understanding the gunas of Paramatma and singing his praise, that person, if he comes to your house, say, if he comes to a one person's house, then we call him a Sujana Bandha. He has come to our house. Then what we do the Atithi Satkara to him. We offer him the seat. We offer him the water to wash his hands and face, and then we offer food to him. Once you offer the food to him, the food that is eaten by such a Sujana, how would it be? Of course, the Sujana would have been thinking, this Paramatma is the Aham Vaishwanara in my stomach. He's a Jnani, right? So he would think in the right manner. When the food is being, it's called as a Prana Agni Hotra. The offering of the oblations in the form of food to Vaishwanara is the form, that process of eating becomes a yajna. But a Sujana knows the method of doing this yajna with great devotion to that Hari. He sits in my stomach and he digests the food, gives me energy. That attitude of loving devotion, he offers everything to Paramatma. And so what happens? That becomes a yajna. Popudu, Ipudu, Bapudu, Ella. If he thinks that whatever has come to him through the grace of Paramatma, then whatever he is doing, that becomes a Mahatsu yajna. So that yajna acharane ensures that the food that you offered went to Paramatma. We offered it to the devotee of Paramatma. The devotee offered it to that Vaishwanara inside his stomach. So what happens is that Ajana Janakane ve Truptanada. As you have offered the food to the Sajjana, Paramatma itself becomes pleased. He becomes completely happy with the food that you have offered. Once Paramatma itself is happy with the food that you offered, then it like the entire world has become satisfied with the food that you offered. This is somewhat shown to us in the story of Durvasa. When once he comes, when the Pandavas are in exile, that time when Krishna just takes one small morsel of food and put into his mouth with the intention that Durvasa and his party should be satisfied, they all start becoming so full that they cannot come here to ask for food again. That full they became. So this is Paramatma's grace. Once he wants people to be satisfied, they will become satisfied. Ajana Janaka Truptanadade ತಡಿಯದೆ ತ್ರಿಜಗಜ್ಜೀವರೇ ಉಂಡಂತಾಯಿತು ನೋಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಸುಜನರಿನ್ ಇಂದೂರು ವಿಷಯದ ಉರು ವಿಷಯದ ನಿವೃತ್ತಿ. When we have sujanas around us, they are always in thoughts of Paramatma. They sing his praise. So what happens is we also get tuned to that and we feel more attracted to do those chantings, do bhajans, do kirtans, rather than go for a movie or something. So he's saying what will usually take us away from the chanting of stotras or doing devotion is the Vishaya Sukha. And this Vishaya Sukha is Uru, means it's very, very strong. It pulls us very much hard towards the sensual pleasures. But to overcome the sensual pleasures and train our mind to follow in the footsteps of the Sujana, the Sangha of the Sujana becomes important. If he is around you, if the Sujana is around you, then it becomes more easy for you to leave the Vishya and go towards the path of spirituality. Sujana Sangave Bhavambudige Plava. He is giving us an example. If this whole samsara is a big ocean, then how do we cross this ocean? We need a boat. And that boat is the Sujana Sangha. If we have a Sujana Sangha, that is a Jnani Sangha, then we are sitting in that boat and it will anyway go to the Dhada. Prasanna Venkata Krishnane Karna Dhara. He is the beautiful story which comes from the Satsangha. Satsangha, what do? They sing his praise. They talk about him. They relate stories. So all these are a flow of water, a flow of nectar into the ears. Next, in the second charana, he says, Elli Hariya Pujakar Idda Desha, Alli Ganga Nadigala Nivasa, Alli Sarva Sampada Shreyas Akku, Sallalita Patra Laba Vellakku, Pullalochana Prasanna Venkata Krishnana, Balla Bhagyari ಭಾಗ್ಯನಿಧಿಗಳ ಬರವೆಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸರ್ವ ಸಂಪದ ಶ್ರೇಯಸ್ಸು ಅಕ್ಕು. He is saying wherever ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹರಿಯ ಪೂಜಕರಿದ್ದ, wherever there is a worship of Hari by his devotees, that place becomes purified. That place is filled with all the presence of the Abhimani deities of the rivers. The rivers, Abhimani deities like Ganga, the moment we think about them also, they make our minds purified. So that is the power of them. Even Jagannath Dasur says, Angutagradi Janisida Amara Taranginiyu Lokatrayagalaga Hingisuvalu. She can remove the agha, means the doshas in the mind and body of those who are in the three lokas. That is the power of Ganga, because she has been born from the feet of Paramatma, or she got the bhagya of being there. So wherever that the Harinama Sankirtana is there, also Ganga is there. We hear the Dasaru Padas, Elli Harikatha Prasangavo Alli Ganga, Yamuna, Godavari, Sindhu, Kaveri, ಎಲ್ಲ ತೀರ್ಥಗಳು ಬಂದು ಎಣೆಯಾಗಿ ನಿಲ್ಲುವವು, ವಲ್ಲಭ ಶ್ರೀ ಪುರಂದರ ವಿಠಲನು ಮೆಚ್ಚುವನು. So in order that we have a pure mind to pray to God, we get it automatically if we are in the presence of the Satsanga. Alli sarva sampada shreyasakku. Where there are sujanas, there will be always sampat. Sampat will be happiness. Happiness will be because of the grace of Paramatma. It fills our minds with total bliss when we have devotion to him. No other thing matters to them. Then he's saying, Sallalita Patra Laba Vella Akku. Pullalochana Prasanna Venkata Krishnana Balla Bhagya Nidhigala Baravelli. Alli sarva sampada shreyas akko. So we have to go in search of the Haribhaktas, of the Haridasas, and so that we can be in their Sangha and thereby get uplifted. Even Dasaru has sung one song, other Dasarus, Sangavagali, Sadhu Sangavagali, Sangadinda Linga Deha Bangavagali, Sangavagali, Sadhu Sangavagali. Sadhus are those who are interested in the upliftment of other people. They travel the world to help and uplift other people. Such people, if we have association with them, then our minds get uplifted. And thereby, when the mind gets uplifted, the right path is visible to us. How we have to take our day in the worship of Paramatma. Brahma Vidya Tapo Purna Hridaya Radha Brahmariddalli Parabrahma Nippanagi. Wherever Brahma Vidya, Vedas, and the Vedas advocate tapas. Tapas means to contemplate deeply upon the doings of Paramatma, to contemplate deeply on the truths. And Hridaya Radha, Brahma, wherever their Hridaya Radha means their thoughts and their heart is in the Brahma Vidya. Their thoughts and heart is in the tapas. They want to do it. They are not doing it as a compulsion. They are doing it because they love Paramatma and they want to contemplate about his glory. And those Brahmanas, wherever they are, Parabrahma Nippanagi, wherever that these you can find such a Brahma Jnani, there Paramatma will no doubt be there, he says. Paramatma will definitely be in that place. Bammanalli Vishwa Vippadu Tappadu. Brahma Vidya Tapopurna Hridaya Radha Bommana Pratiyaru Brahmagnya Brahmaru. Whoever is knowledgeable about Brahma is a one word that is totally, filled with thousands of meanings. Brahma means who has all the auspicious attributes, infinite auspicious attributes. What do we mean by auspiciousness in this sense? It offers you the when you think about or contemplate about one guna of Paramatma, it uplifts you from the negative effect of the durgunas. That is the biggest influence of the sadgunas of Paramatma. And then towards the devotee, his graciousness and his karunya is very much there when the contemplation starts to happen. Because he is inside your own heart lotus, and the moment you start contemplating on him, the Puranas or the Shrutis tell, Yada Yada Upasyate Tataiva Bhavati. So if you are doing the Upasana of Paramatma as Anandamaya, then sooner or later you will be in Ananda. You will be in Ananda. That is a fact. Because whatever is the Upasana you do for the Bimba, that will appear in the Pratibimba sooner or later. It depends on the eligibility and the time and the karma of the Jiva. So, Brahma Vidya Tapopurna Hridaya Radha Bommana Pratimaru. These people are nothing but the pratikas of Paramatma. They are the Chala Pratimas. So, when they happen to be around our house, near us, we have to understand their presence and we have to do the right satkara or give them the correct type of respect and upacharas that we can possibly do. The Paramatma's presence in them is so much, and he is so much pleased and elated when you do the service to the Brahmanottamas. So, Brahma Vidya Tapopurna Hridaya Radha Bommana Pratimaru Brahmagnya Brahmaru. And then the Brahmagnyas are the one who knows Brahma. And they themselves are Brahmaru. Brahmaru means they are very uplifted among the Jivas because they also have so many good gunas. What are their gunas? They are sadhus. They always wish good for the other people. The Brahmarus are having so many good gunas. What are they? They are Sujnanis. They know about the true nature of Paramatma up to their limited capacity. They know a lot. And they know about how Paramatma's grace can spread to other people by singing and chanting his name. So they do the Upadesha of that and in a convincing manner and make them to be uplifted. So many people got uplifted. When Acharya Madhva came to the town of different gramas and everywhere, people used to flock there to just have a darshan of him, to listen to what he could say. Whether they could see him or not, they can hear him. No? So they used to come. He used to have a very sonorous voice. And they used to come from nearby villages when they came to know that Acharya Madhvaru is coming to this village. So that greatness you can see in such great personalities, it will be much magnified. In other dasas also, we hear these kind of stories where their worship has led to grace, where their insult has led to difficulties. Both has happened. So they are very powerful because Paramatma's presence in them is very much Jagrita or awakened presence is there. Brahmara Deva Prasanna Venkata Krishna Brahma Vidya Tapo Purna Hridayara. This Brahma Vidya, Veda Vidya. Veda Vidya, the knowledge of Vishnu is completely filled in the Vedas. And so one who knows the Vedas should know the glory of Vishnu. That Vishnu is present everywhere. Vishnu is present everywhere and he is Vishati. He not only present, he enters into everything that is there. He enters into everything that is there and he is in Vishnu itself. We have Vishral Vyaptav is there and Vishap Praveshe is there. After that, Shakara Prana Atma is there. Nakaro Balam is there. How does he enter? That this Sha and Na tell. Na tells that he enters as the Balaswarupa. And what does he do there? He does Nakaro Balam is there. Shakara Prana Atma. He is the Atma of everything. Means he is the Antaratma of everything. And he is Prana means Prakrishtavada Cheshte. He does the required, he does the required inspiration. He makes everyone do what they are doing. That is the glory of Vishnu. So these people who know that, Tapo Purnaro, they know Vedas and they do contemplation on this aspects of Vishnu. The gunas of Vishnu, they contemplate and they understand the truth much, much, much. Now he says that any cherished objects, objects like pushkaras, object or situations where the nadis move together, sangamas, then there are kshetras, where there is incidents of great people having been there, have done tapas, where there is a great sanctum sanctoriums of gods, murtis, which have been consecrated by great people. All these are Tirtha Kshetras, and these Tirtha Kshetras have an effect on those who visit them. What is the effect? Mainly, the effect is the cleansing of the mind. The mind starts to get cleaned up. That is, it removes all the effects of the vishyas that has been imprinted on it, and it becomes a bit pure. It's able to move towards the subtle truths of the Vedas, subtle truths that are contained in the Devnamas everywhere. For that, it's much required. So he's saying a place where the one sadhu is there, who is a true devotee of Paramatma. That means Brahma Vidya, Tapopurna. He should be having these two. He should have Brahma Vidya and he should be Tapopurna. If these two are there, then that person is like a Kshetra. So he's describing that Pushkaratraya, Kurukshetra, Pulaha Ashrama, Gaya, Prayaga, Sri Pushkarakshana, Dasaralli, Naimisharanya, Palgunesha, Palgushe, Palgusetu, ಕುಶಸ್ಥಳ ಮಧುರಾಪುರ ಪ್ರಭಾಸ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರ ವಾರಣಾಸಿ ಬಿಂದುಸರ ಪಂಪಾಕ್ಷೇತ್ರವು ಶ್ರೀ ಪ್ರಸನ್ನ ವೆಂಕಟಕೃಷ್ಣ ತೀರ್ಥ ಚರಣ ಶ್ರೀ ಪುಷ್ಕರಾಕ್ಷನ ದಾಸರಲ್ಲಿ ಪುಷ್ಕರಾಕ್ಷನ ದಾಸರಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಪುಷ್ಕರಾಕ್ಷ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್? ಪುಷ್ಕರಾಕ್ಷ ಇಸ್ ಅಪವಿತ್ರ ಪವಿತ್ರೋ ವಾ ಯಸ್ಮರೇತ್ ಪುಂಡರೀಕಾಕ್ಷಃ ಸ ಬಾಹ್ಯಾಭ್ಯಂತರ ಶುಚಿಃ. Pushkaraksha is the form of Paramatma, Pundarikaksha form, which can purify from inside to outside. Outer body is also purified. Inner mind and mental processes are also purified by the thoughts of Pundarikaksha, Pushkaraksha. Means his eyes are like that of a lotus. What does the lotus do? It is inside the pond, but it never gets it never gets sullied by the dirt that may be in the pond. Paramatma is everywhere in the world. He is totally completely spread out, but he is never tainted by anything in the world. That is his guna. So the mere thinking of his nirliptata makes the jiva also nirlipta. Because of nirliptate, purity comes. When you are not attached to anything, then it fails to have any imprint on your mind. That is the nature. That is, if we get attached to something, it keeps on coming back into our mind and that causes agitation. But if we can offer it to Paramatma and make it free, then the mind becomes completely relaxed, completely calm, enough to think about him. So here that Pushkaraksha word is told as the dasas of Pushkaraksha. Whoever worships Pushkaraksha means whoever worships that Paramatma who can purify everything. He is the one who purifies. Pavitranam pavitram yo mangalanam cha mangalam. Who can bring about the goodness in others is that Paramatma. If there is a thing that can make it pure, like the Ganga can make people pure, but how does Ganga make it pure? Because she was born from the feet of Paramatma. So she has that Sangha of Paramatma, and that's why she can make it pure. The Jiva is pure. So that purity is stemming from Paramatma only, not directly from her. She is the conduit for the purity. So purity means itself starting from Paramatma, Pushkaraksha. Even when we think about Pushkaraksha, we become pure. So when we do the snana also, we are supposed to think about that Pushkaraksha and then do the completion of the snana. So Pushkarakshana Dasaru, who know about this Pushkaraksha's abilities of purity and his own, he being the treasure house of purity, Nirliptate, Nirvaishamya, and every other good quality that you can think of, you can do the upasana on him in that way. That dasa is completely able to purify other people. That's why even Jagannath Dasuru says, Ranga ninna kondaduva mangalatmara sangha sukha vittu kayo karuna sagara. He's telling, I want that sangha sukha of your dasas. What are your dasas? Mangalatmas. Because they are uplifted and they uplift others. So please bestow me that association of your devotees. And that association itself will uplift me. It is just like it is much more than going to a kshetra, like Gaya or Kushasthala, what all these stalas are there, they can also uplift you because of the presence of God and his devotees in those areas. So one devotee like that is much to be sought after by everyone who wants to go spiritually advanced. So he's saying that Paramatma's bhaktas are Tirtha Charanas. Shri Pushkarakshana Dasaralli. Now he says in the next charana, Narayana Ashrama, Nanda Ashrama, Shri Tarama Ashrama, Sitarama Ashrama, Sarvashramadalli, ನೈರಂತರ ವಾಸಕ್ಕೆ ಸಹಸ್ರಾಧಿಕವು ಶ್ರೀರಮಣನ ಶರಣರು ಕೊಂಡರೆ ಮೇರು ಮಹೇಂದ್ರವು ಮಲಯಾದಿ ಕುಲಗಿರಿ ಭೂರಿ ಪುಣ್ಯದ ಧರ್ಮಾದಿ ಫಲ ಸ್ಥಳ ಕಾರುಣ್ಯ ನಿಧಿ ಪ್ರಸನ್ನ ವೆಂಕಟ ಕೃಷ್ಣನ ಚಾರುಚರಣ ಚಾರಕರೇ ಪಾವನರು ಚಾರುಚರಣ ಚಾರಕರೇ ಪಾವನರು. So he goes on to describe more about the purity of the dasas of Paramatma. The Narayana Ashrama is in the high hills of the Himalayas. And the Narayana Ashrama has all the rishis and munis and the presence. Anyone who can go to Narayana Ashrama must be totally pure. That purity can be obtained by a person who is having Paramatma in his heart. And such a person who is having Paramatma in his heart, if you can associate with him, it is like being in Narayana Ashrama, he says. Going to Nanda Ashrama, going to Sri Tarama Ashrama, to go to means Sarvashramadalli. There are so many ashramas which are famous, no? Naimisharanya and other kshetras, like that, the Rishi Munis ashramas are there. Those ashramas, if you are going to Nairantara Vasake, means you go there for 10 days and come back only, you will have lot of impact. He's saying if you go there and live permanently also, whatever you will get benefit, Sahasra Adhika, you will get 1,000 times more benefit if you can associate with the devotees of Paramatma. Shri Ramanana Sharanaru Kondare, Meru Mahendravu Malayadi, Kulagiri Bhuri Punyada Dharmadi Palastala. Whatever, if you go and associate with the devotee of Paramatma, who is Brahma Purna Tapo Purna, Brahma Vidya Tapo Purna, then what happens? You amass that much punyas, which are like the huge mountains of punya. Meru, Mahendra, Malaya, all these great mountains are there. No, you amass so much of punya. Bhuri punyada dharmadi. Because of doing this association with these great devotees of Paramatma, we accrue lot of punya, and those punya they amount to us receiving the grace of Paramatma. Dharmadi phalasthala karunya nidhi prasanna venkata krishnana charu charana charakare pavanaru. When these Meru, Mahendra, Malayadi, Kulagiri, Buri, Punyada, Dharmadi, Phalasthala. These kshetras, in one way we saw that papas can be of such huge mountains that we can accrue. Secondly, these are the real mountains where is these are the punya giving mountains. The moment you set your foot on the Himalayas, you are already getting purified. You have the feeling in your mind only. So he's telling lots and lots of punya can be accumulated, and as a result, a lot of dharma can be done, and the fruits of those will also be showered on the devotee. Such a place these great mountains are. And Karunya Nidhi Prasanna Venkata Krishnana Charu Charana Charakare Pavanaru. In these places, whatever purity you can amass, that you can amass by serving or being in the presence of a great devotee of Sri Hari. Now he is summarizing this with one jatte. Sugnya Janara Priya Prasanna Venkata Krishna, Sugnare Hari Priya Raharendendu. Sugnya Janara Priya Prasanna Venkata Krishna, Sugnare Hari Priya Rahar Yendendu. So Haripriya, Hari is most beloved to the devotee, and the devotee is most beloved to Hari. Hari loves his devotee much. So he is telling Sugnyaru means who have the right knowledge, who are true devotees. For them, Paramatma's grace is assured. And that grace is coming upon them because he loves them for their sugnya, jnana. That means jnani tu atmaiva matam, he has told. Jnani is the person whom I love. I love him because he understands me correctly. He understands the karunya of Paramatma. He or she understands the karunya of Paramatma truly well. And because of that, they become dear to Paramatma. So the final statement is, why should I be around the devotee if you ask? The answer is that because Paramatma loves that devotee. If you are around him, you will obtain the benefit. You will obtain the grace. So Sugnya Janara Priya, he is very much beloved of the known people, of the knowledgeable people, and he loves them. They also love him. So if you are in midst of them, you will reap the maximum benefit. So Sadhu Sangha is extremely important, and he in this Suladhi, Dasaru tells us in various ways how the Satsangha becomes absolutely important, and it should be aspired for and maintained as far as we can. We should try to do it. So the positive outcomes of being there are explained with examples. Like you get lot and lot of punya, then you get uplifted, you get a good mind state, and you get the grace of Hari itself. What else do we want? We want the grace of Hari. For that, the right in front of us, the pratikas of Hari are the knowledgeable, Sugnyaru. We have to find them out and we have to follow in their footsteps. So let us now offer this Suladhi Chintane to Paramatma. And I would like to thank the devotees, one of the devotees of the Prasanna Venkata Dasa group, who is from Hyderabad, Sri Dattatreya Rao. And he was the one instrumental in inspiring me to do the Suladhis. So the 10 Suladhis have been done, and I offer it at the feet of God through Prasanna Venkata Dasaru. Smad Guruvantargata, Shri Prasanna Venkata Dasa Guruvantargata, Bharati Ramana Mukhya Pranantargata, Shri Prasanna Venkatesha Preranya, Shri Prasanna Venkatesha Prityartham, Sri Krishnarpa Namastu. Hare Srinivasan.